feet are dirty from wandering around barefoot. Let's do it again. Let's have a quick look, shall we? I already have had a quick look, but this time obviously I'm bringing you with me. So, these tomatoes here, I don't know. I'm hoping in a day or two, they look tiny because they're planted really deeply. You'll see when I, oh hang on 1 second, I've got a big pain. I've got a big pain in my face. Just ignore it, is it? So they look tiny, but you'll see the size of the ones in the polytunnel short, and these are the same size as the ones in the polytunnel, just I planted them deeply. Look at that bit of curly leaf parsley there, self-seeded. These beans are on a bit of a lean, some of them. Probably trying to get more light or something, are they? Or is it just the way I planted them? Is it just the way I planted them? Maybe. But they're doing all right. They're quite happy here. This bed is staying really damp, which is good. Some of these beetroot aren't looking very happy. But some of them have really grown and they're really doing well. They're obviously happy because they've got new leaves. They're new leaves. And then you have ones like these, which are just whispering, help me, please. You know, hopefully they'll perk up. I need to speed up a bit, otherwise this is going to be too long, isn't it? So I don't think that's going to survive. It might survive, it might, I don't know, but I don't think it's going to flower. I think we're going to only have one that flowers this year. These tomatoes, that one looks okay, that one doesn't, that one looks okay, that one doesn't. And I can't remember what variety is what now. And to here, just chucking tomato plants out. So I've got loads of these little seedlings coming up, which should be flowers of some sort. I don't know if they're actually going to come to fruition. We shall see. Strange smell out here today. Well, it's not a strange smell. It's a strange smell because of my brain damage. I think it must be these beautiful elder blossoms. I can smell them, but they smell disgusting to me now. Pretty much anything I can smell nowadays smells disgusting. I do miss my senses of smell and taste, I'm not gonna lie. Got my first strawberries there, but they're being eaten by something. They're not looking too great. I think they need more water, and I'm not into putting loads of water into the garden, obviously. So that's bald there now because I took the thyme out of there. Oh, I don't want you. Got lots of parsley coming up. Look, that should be a little sun gold tomato plant back there. That's self-seeded. I'm hoping this is a sun gold. That's an onion. I had loads of onions in here. Have they died? No, they're still here. They're just amongst all of the tomatoes. I'm going to have to be so careful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 9 tomato plants that I can see. And look, so these are the size of the tomato plants before I plant them. And I plant them deeply in the polytunnel, like up to about there, maybe even up to there. That, so if my finger down will go in the ground, because all these hairs could form into roots. So you do that in the polytunnel. Oh, these nettles are spreading. Do that in the polytunnel. Obviously, the more roots, the healthier the plant, right? I did them out in the garden like that as well. They didn't really need to be done like that in the garden because it's obviously not as hot out there. I forget to show you what I'm doing sometimes, what I'm actually looking at. Just take some of these leaves off. Maybe I shouldn't be doing it while they're so young. My 6 corn plants are growing. Look like blades of grass. I now have 9 broad bean plants in here. I think there's another new one. I think this one, that one, that one. I've got 1, 2, 3, 5 probably that could go out. Oh, there's another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so there are 9 here, 6 outside. And then all of my broccolis. Way more broccoli than one woman needs. And then 2 of these. which I think I self-seeded from plants that I grew in here last year. Poor little bean. And just checking to see if it was dry. It's not too dry. Yeah, I forgot I was in the middle of saying something then. Let's have a quick look out front. Might sort that bean tunnel, tomato tunnel out later, we'll see. Quick whip around the garden out front. So the sage is flowering beautifully, and it's obviously a lot happier there than it was where it was out in the back garden. Got another broccoli there. I don't know, I've got so much broccoli, I wish I had someone to give them to, because it's a waste of a good plant, isn't it? And they produce so much broccoli, and broccoli isn't cheap, and I'm growing food that I don't know if I'll be able to eat. But look, loads of my carrots now have their first true leaves. The beans haven't grown here, but I haven't been watering out here, as you can tell. Look at the state of that, and the state of that. There should be like bush beans growing all along there, but no. Got a couple out here. That doesn't look very well, does it? That looks all right. Tomato doesn't look like it can make it. A couple more bush beans under there. So basically, it looks like everywhere needs a really good drink out here, doesn't it? My rain butts are nearly empty. Could do with a night of rain. Right, I'm better go in, wash my feet, because they're probably filthy now. Yep, wash my feet, get some clothes on, do something. I think I'm going to do this, so I'll probably show you this later.